Okay. Here's another question for all of you. What is the one characteristic that separates you from the other two candidates?
I'll take
Go ahead.
that one. I think the one characteristic that separates me from the other candidates, of course, is my military experience and being in a combat zone. You go to them places and you have to lead. You have to lead by example, and it has to be strong leadership. You're unswayed by any of the outlying factors. You have to take care of your Marines in order to be successful in that kind of situation. And that's the major thing that separates me from the other candidates. Also, the wide variety in my current civilian job separates me in quite a way from the other candidates. In order to take care and handle various contracts with my clients from Fresno to the Oregon border, I have to do all the administrative. I have to do all of the customer relations. And that includes also taking care of their machinery, also finding out what the problems that they're having with their machinery, and making sure that my company is doing everything it can do to take care of them in their interest to make sure their business is successful and that we are providing the best service we can with the equipment that they purchased from us. Thank you.
Well, first, I bring a totally fresh and different perspective. I come from a different generation and different life experiences altogether. So I can bring that, which would be completely different from my colleagues. As well, right now with my employment, I'm out there in the gruff of it. I'm working in a field that is directly affected by this economy. And I've worked in Dixon, and so I know the employment of Dixon. I think that's something else that I can bring. And a fresh perspective, and the fact that I'm right out there in the middle of it. I'm not retired. I have that income. I'm not part of a service that I know I'm going to be getting a paycheck next week. With the economy today, I'm just as liable as most of the people who are sitting and listening.
Unlike my colleagues up here, I will actually limit my answer to one thing, which is what the question asked. And the one thing that separates me from them is I can actually answer the question that was asked. I've been a trial attorney for 30 years. I'm still a trial attorney. And in doing that, I've done trials all the way from disturbing the peace to first-degree murder. And in doing that, I've done trials that last 1 day to 7 weeks. You manage a trial, you manage witnesses, jury instructions, evidence, rules of evidence, judges, prosecutors, and jurors. You have to deal with such a variety of issues and emotions, victims, the impact of victims, their families, how the law applies, how it applies to you. And in doing so, you have to take in your own real-life experiences. One of my brothers was the victim of a homicide. And when I represent people charged with homicide, it's not lost on me what the impact is on the victims whose family member has been killed. And so the difference between me and my colleagues is that I can deal with issues that impact me personally and do it in a pragmatic, logical, legal, and ethical manner. And I can limit my answer to the question to one thing, because I'm a trial attorney and I'm a good trial attorney. That's what separates me from them.